What's up, it's Ben Perry, and today I want to talk to you about the idea of having to be the same throughout your entire life, having to stay to this fixed constant. Why? Why do we have to be a certain way for the rest of our lives? Or why is it called upon us to be a certain way when we feel called to move into something new, when we feel called to pursue a new career, or maybe a relationship that we're currently in? We have done some soul searching and we realize that maybe it's time for this relationship that we have with a particular person. Maybe it's time for that relationship to shift into something other than what it is right now. Why is it that we put so much importance on the way things are now, the quote-unquote status quo, and we don't embrace this idea of constantly reaching for new things? You know, it's really interesting to me finding people who like to criticize other people because they say, you know what, weren't you a vegan a year ago? Or weren't you somebody who said that they would never do X thing and now you're doing it? What's going on? I don't get you. And to that I would say that I would like to think that I'm not this way, but there are certain parts of my personality, certain parts of my ego, where if somebody else changes, I'm like, I don't know if that's quite them or not. And I find my own self really getting into the way of someone else's kind of growth and evolution, at least when it comes to my particular way of seeing things. So I'm not saying that I'm not at fault at this, but what I am saying is that this is a pervasive idea, not only in our society, but I'd like to say that it's throughout the entire human population. We as human beings like to stick to something that works, and when something works, we want to just ride it until the very end. Well, things are always changing. Change is the only constant, right? So if things are always changing, then wouldn't it make sense to embrace the new that is coming? Wouldn't it make sense to embrace somebody that you've known for years? Maybe it's your longest friend, and they've just come out that they're gay. Or maybe it's your longest friend and you guys have been in a business together, business partners, and they say, you know what, I'm 50 years old, I really feel like I should go and make music. I really want to make my music career something, that's what I feel called to do right now. And then they go and do it. Well, of course it's going to upset you and really rock your world, but it really has nothing to do with you. I mean, I understand settling up affairs and, you know, being true to your word, saying what you are going to do, what you're going to do. But for the most part, when somebody has a calling, when somebody is completely outside of what you think that that person is, then allow them to have that experience. Because that's the thing. We think somebody should be a certain way, and when they're not that way, we like to put them into this box that says, hey, you're this way. And I don't know if this new thing that you got going on here, I don't know if that really jives for you. Well, I know that a lot of people like to give this kind of advice. They have well-intentioned, meanings behind their saying this to the person. But in the end, I really think that it does more harm than it does good. Because I think that everybody is on their own spiritual path. Everybody is doing the best that they can with what they have right now. And if that's what they're doing, then allow them to do that. And instead, why don't we just say, all right, you want to be this new person, you want to take on this new endeavor, go ahead. Not only do you have my full blessing, not that you really need it, but I support you. I support you in whatever growth that you are on. Whatever your soul feels called to do, I support that. Because you're a human being and you have a sovereign power over yourself. And I appreciate that. But I know that our lizard brains kick in and we're like, oh my God, this person is not being the way that I really thought that they were. And then we go into judgment, we go into blame. No, kick back. And I'm not saying that I'm not the same way, but I catch myself and I have awareness. And I have awareness when I go, okay, I don't know if that person really is cut out right to do that. but it is their decision. Let me support that. And there's no malice there. And really, it's not really judgment, it's just awareness that I've had that thought. I don't need to ride that thought, but I can appreciate who they are and where they're going. And I would ask the same for you. Who in your life has done something completely different, totally drastic, maybe even gotten out of their comfort zone? You know, when someone gets out of their comfort zone, by extension, it puts you out of your comfort zone and everybody else that they come into contact with. You know, Wyatt Woodsmall says that when you change, the ways that people use to manipulate you stop working. So they don't like it when you change because you're messing up the program, man. But it's not your program. Everybody's got their own choice. Everybody is on their own path. So support them and support yourself by answering the call. If you feel called to do something new, if you feel called to change up who you've been for the last 10 years, for the last 20 years, this, not that you need permission, but if you're looking for a sign from the universe, this is it. You have full permission to go and be and do whatever it is that you feel called to do. As long as it's not harming another human being or flat out genocide, let me put that in there, you know, then I fully support it. And I think the universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants you to be multifaceted. You can't just put yourself into this little box and say you're only this thing. You're multidimensional. And because you are multidimensional, it means that you are able to help on many different levels and be able to have an impact on many different levels. So when you hear about a rapper or a movie star, and not only are they a rapper, a movie star, or a pop singer, but they also have a brand of clothing, or they also have this health fitness company that they have, or maybe they've invested into SpaceX, or maybe they've invested into some other stocks and bonds. Well, that's only because they're a multidimensional human being just like you. So you can be a mom, you could be a dad and a real estate agent and a brother and a sister and a person who volunteers at the local homeless shelter. You could be all of these things. You're not just one of those things. So support others, support yourself. There's no need to put yourself into a box. And yes, you will find that you contradict yourself. But if you can embrace those contradictions and say, yeah, last year I was this, but now I've upgraded my beliefs and now I'm this. And I fully support it, and I'll probably be different a year from now as well. You can count on that. So I support you. I hope that you answer the call, be different, and keep changing and keep evolving. I'm Ben Perry, and if you like this video, leave a like. If you love this video, leave a heart or a comment, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, here we go. What's up, it's Ben Perry, and today I want to talk to you about being different. And no, that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What's up, it's Ben Perry, and today I want to talk to you about being different in a different... Why did I just start that the exact same way? Yeah. All right, third time's a charm. Whew.